Hello, everyone. We have a special edition of Pete Eats. Look what we have here. Pay no attention to this hand. This is prime rib. We got it on special. It was $50 off. So we had to get it. Special edition for you all. So, we have a spice mix. And this is episode 1 of 2. We have a spice mix. This includes a stick of butter. You take a stick of butter and you put in paprika, you put in pepper, garlic, some olive oil, any kind of spices that you really like on a prime rib that get like a crust. If you want like a garlic crust on there, you put a little more garlic in there. We don't like that much of a crust, but if you see here the meat, we had the butcher cut it very lean, so there's not a big fat pocket on top here. It's mainly all meat. Look at that. That is so going in my belly later. Oh, I'm so excited. So what we want to do, we want to take this and just put it on there. Rub it all in there. Get it in every single nook and cranny that you have. And what you want to do is you want to let this sit. So it's about 10 a.m. our time on Thanksgiving morning, and this is what we are having for Thanksgiving dinner. We're not having turkey because we've already done the family turkey dinners and everything like that, so we're kind of turkeyed out. So, going over to the grocery store, we found this. But what you want to do, you want to get it in every single nook and cranny that we have on this. Look how beautiful this roast is. I mean, there was a whole bunch of these, but it's hardly like just that little piece of bone right there, and the rest of this is meat. It's gonna be fantastic. I can't wait. I'm so excited, not only for me to get in my belly, but for you to watch it go in my belly. So here we go. So we want to take this meat, we want to get all seasoning on here, we want to let it sit for 4 hours before we even think about putting it in the oven, so that it gets to room temperature, so that we have the inner core of the meat is going to heat as well as the outer, okay? So we're almost all ready here. And then what we're gonna do is that we're gonna heat the oven. Now this is very key, you have to pay attention to this. We have to heat the oven to 500 degrees. And I'm not talking about a broiler, I'm just talking about the oven itself. Heat it to 500 degrees, and you're gonna put it in the oven for about, I would say 6 minutes per pound. So this is 8 pounds. So we're going to stick it in for almost an hour. Okay. Some people like their meat. I've already done this a couple times. Some people like their meat medium rare. Some people like it a little bit more well done. But premiumly, you want it about 125 degrees. Okay. So we'll get into that in part 2. So you want to have this all rubbed in. You want to have this sitting with the fat side up, so it renders all those juices while it's cooking down into the other pieces of the meat. Okay? So now I put all this seasoning all over it. I'm going to get you on the side here. You thought I missed you. So we're going to get this. We're going to heat the oven at 500 degrees after this sits for 4 hours. And this time, all the seasoning and everything is going to get into the meat. Okay, so I'm probably going to have a 3-part series to this, just so you guys see exactly what we're doing on here. There are some seasonings I just don't like a lot of people say, oh, put rosemary on your prime rib. I don't like rosemary, so I don't put it on there. So if you like a lot of garlic, put a lot of garlic on there. If you like paprika, put a lot of paprika on there. If you like cayenne pepper, a little spicy on there, put more. Everybody's different in their seasoning. So this is what we have. This is perfect. I'm going to let this sit until about 2 o'clock this afternoon. And then we're going to throw it in the oven at 500 degrees. Now here's a trick here. So after 500 degrees for the hour, what you do is that you literally just turn the oven off and you let it sit for 2 hours. You don't touch it. Nothing. Don't even look at it. Don't even turn it on. Let it sit in the oven for 2 hours. That way, it's going to bake in itself, and it's going to slowly go down in temperature, which is actually going to cook the inside of the roast. It's going to be absolutely perfect. Stay tuned. Part 2 coming up.